All right, everybody. Welcome to the Blackwolves Productions podcast.
Title's still in
Unofficial
the works.
title. Yeah, working title. Our first podcast series, Logan, you were just saying that. I think it was called the Blackwolves Project.
Yeah,
right?
we did like one podcast like 3, 4, 5 years ago. We talked about like the Oscar movies. That was a fun time. I liked that.
Okay. All right. Well, here
Now
we are.
we're the Howlcast. We're the Den.
The
Yeah.
Wolf Cast.
Den.
The Pack cast. Yeah, like a wolf's den, you know?
We're gonna need a workshop. We're gonna need some focus groups. We're gonna investigate new titles.
Yeah, please. If you
Yeah.
have any ideas, drop them in the comments right now. Moving right along. What do we want to talk about today, boys?
Well, we should
Do we want to introduce ourselves?
Yeah,
That's
that's
probably
a
a good
smart idea.
Let's do that first, in
You
case
know?
you didn't know who we were. Jeremy, you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Jeremy Vance Suarez, one of the co-founders of Blackwolves Productions. I'm a singer, songwriter, dancer, actor, director, producer. I do too much, and in my free time, I play video games because that's the most productive thing I can come up with.
All right, good looks.
Jacob.
Hey, everyone.
Next.
Yeah, I'm Jacob. Jacob Wade. We're all from New York City. I'm an actor. I play guitar, as you can see in the background. I sing. I edit videos. I shoot videos. We've all got our hands in many different pockets.
A lot of pies.
Yeah. Happy to be here. Passing it on to Logan.
I am Logan Riley Bruner. I am an actor, writer, director, editor, co-founder of Blackwolves Productions. I have way too many things going on at the same time, so I always forget what I'm working on. And I'm excited to be here with my two best friends.
Yay!
Woo woo!
Awesome. How about we tell the people a little bit about what we've been working on?
For sure.
Yeah. Recently, us three have been involved in a collaboration project, right? With Hellhound Productions.
Yes, Iron
Hellhound
Man.
Productions.
Yes,
Yep,
we have
that's right. Oh.
just finished the shooting of Iron Mask, a new short by Louisa. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her last name.
McDougal, I believe.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's McDougal. Louisa McDougal. And it was an amazing experience. Such a quick shoot, right?
Yeah.
And
2 days, couple hours.
yep, we drove
Everybody
up
wore masks the whole time.
Yes.
And it was great.
Yep, there was a safety coordinator. Everything was safe.
Shout out
And off
Delaney.
with that. Yeah,
Shout out Delaney.
Shout out Soda, one of the writers on the project.
Really great group.
Shout out. Yeah, the whole casting group, excellent experience. We went out to New Jersey.
Delightful.
Yeah, 2-day shoot, simple.
It was
I
our
can't wait to see it.
our first like in association project where we were working on someone else's thing. It was a fun new experience.
Yes, I'm excited to do more of these
Me too.
collabs.
You showed up there, shirt tucked in pants, looking all professional, like little businessmen. We were so cute on set.
We did our jobs. We did them well. I hope.
We did do our job. Speaking of being on set, should that be a segue? I don't know. I'm gonna try and be the segue guy, even though I know it's gonna fail most of the time. Speaking of being on set, you won't believe who's on set for all these new Disney projects that were just announced yesterday. What?
Oh, yeah.
Many, too many to count.
Disney announced so many projects yesterday, and there was a special name thrown in that mix that I think that we should highlight first. Out of all, like, straight out the gate, I feel like straight out the gate we gotta mention one special actor, Dominique Thorne.
Remember that name, people. Don't forget it.
It's honestly, it's insane.
It is insane, isn't it? Okay. Yesterday, Disney announced that our former classmate, Dominique Thorne, shout out PPAS class of 2015.
Woo!
Dominique Thorne is set to play Riri Williams in Ironheart on Disney Plus. Holy
This is
mackerel.
so exciting.
It really is.
This is so exciting. This was so I just, first of all, I didn't expect to see an Ironheart series to begin with.
True.
And second, just the fact that this is such an incredible actor that we all know and respect.
I know. She's going to be working with Samuel L. Jackson. Like, oh, goals. It's going to be so cool. Dom and Don Cheadle and Samuel L. Jackson just in Iron.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
It's also just the possibilities after this. It's like we're gonna get into all the shows that Disney has announced, both on their Marvel and their Star Wars ends. But it's just like, I'm pretty sure Disney has had to do a huge pivot because of the coronavirus pandemic of 2020. Yep. So what, are these shows all gonna connect eventually? Will there be a new generation of Avengers?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. I'm definitely seeing that happening with all of these announcements. Like, so the old phase, right? So like Endgame being like the end, right?
Phase 3.
So let's call it phase 3. That's what it is.
That's
during phase 3, I was like, it can't possibly be the end. Like, this is going to be the end of a golden era. What's going to come next? I had no idea, right? We all had no idea. And like, sure, we had some like icons of like ideas that they were throwing around, but to see these trailers come together and like, I'm like seriously impressed with like the lineup that they've got, and I think that they are definitely all going to merge. I mean, they're already going into like the quantum world so much further in like just like the Disney Marvel universe. And like, not even to get started on like how many actors are signed on for this new Spider-Man movie.
Wild.
Wild.
And you know what's funny? All those Spider-Man announcements weren't even part of yesterday's announcements. Those are all have been like leaks and reports.
But so many people, like it's like all of the Sony Spider-Man universes are merging for this next, like, I feel like it's gonna be, well, I don't know, it can't be like a grand finale. Like, it's like the third movie for 2 of the Spider-Men, and like,
I don't know. Like, I don't think it's gonna be. It might be like a grand finale in terms of like the Spider-Man trilogy, but like also just the ramifications of these universes colliding. Like, as we know, like in Endgame, when you mess with time, there are different, alternate dimensions end up happening. So I mean, clearly, multiverse, quantum mechanics. It's all leading up to this big crossover special that's gonna be. It's gonna be insane.
I know, it's like unimaginable at this point. I can only picture like the Spider-Man meme of the 3 of them pointing at each other.
Yeah, right.
Like,
they're gonna have to. I bet they're gonna recreate the meme in the movie. They're gonna have to, like, come on.
I don't know about in the movie, but definitely on set they will.
Yeah, you don't think when there's 3 Spider-Man on the same shot, they're all gonna be like, "You're Spider-Man. You're Spider-Man.
We're Spider-Man."
It also it brings about so many ideas of like what's gonna happen after this next Spider-Man movie, because like either they're gonna like find a way to tie everything up in a nice bow and be like, all right, bye Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, we're never gonna see you again, or it's gonna be like, well, they're just in the universe now and multiverse is now a thing. So
that's the thing. I bet they're like, with Spider-Man 3, it's almost like the first of a new trilogy, like, I feel like they can't possibly just bring them back for the one. Plus, I heard that, and this is like rumors. I heard that Tom Holland was like on contract for 5 Spider-Man movies.
That might have been 5 Marvel movies.
Okay.
Which would have been Civil War.
It's already done 6.
That is true. He's done 6. He was in Infinity War and Endgame.
Infinity War.
Plus
This
2
would be
Spider-Man,
his
plus
sixth.
Civil War.
Yeah.
This would be his 6th, the one that we're
Yeah.
going into.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So he
yeah.
might have signed
I mean,
a
of
new
course,
contract.
and also Marvel and Sony are constantly like battling with their contract agreements. So like,
Yeah.
I bet it's more complicated than we all know.
We love
Yeah,
copyright
because
law.
as we all know, we're all excited for the biggest movie of 2021, Morbius. You know, Jared Leto as the living vampire.
Let's not talk.
Sony's running out of ideas.
It's wild how many superhero movies are still coming out that like we just got Zack Snyder's Batman versus Superman, not Batman versus Superman, Justice League. We got like it's
We're gonna get his director's cut eventually.
yeah. On HBO. It's a little wild.
But we're not here to talk about HBO. We're here to talk about all the shows coming to Disney Plus, like Star Wars Ahsoka.
Oh my gosh!
Hell yes.
Wheelhouse, go
Starring
ahead.
Rosario Dawson reprising her role from The Mandalorian.
Yes. I remember talking to you after that episode of The Mandalorian and being like, I would totally I remember being like, I really wish Ahsoka went with Mando.
Okay, we can't
at
talk.
the end.
We can't talk. We can't talk. We
No,
can't.
I'm not gonna.
Logan is
it's-
baby. He doesn't know anything.
We also don't want to
Okay, I'm gonna keep spoilers to as light as I can since Mandalorian is still a current topic. Rosario Dawson does an incredible performance in any role that she does, but her as Ahsoka just brought something like so human to the character. And I remember at the end of the episode talking to Jacob and being like, I want to see more of her. And our Disney overlords must have heard our pleas, because here she is getting her own spin-off series.
There's more of her.
Yeah, set within the timeline of The Mandalorian. So, Logan, you better catch up on The Mandalorian if you want to know what's going on with Ahsoka Tano.
I will do my best. We also, in that same universe, we've got Hayden Christensen announced for the Obi-Wan series.
That's wild. As much as I love all these announcements, I really can't help but like Disney is so banking in on our nostalgia.
Oh my god!
10 years later, dude. 10 years later. Oh, I mean, how can that show not be a huge success?
Yeah, we're gonna have a young Darth Vader.
Yeah,
like it's gonna be interesting to see how they because I feel like the show might be equal parts Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Like I think we're gonna get to see parts of Darth Vader's journey if you're gonna bring back someone like Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, that means mask off.
You know, yeah, we're gonna see mask on, we're gonna see mask off, we're gonna get some character development, of course. You know, we're not gonna get a redemption because the rest of the Star Wars series. Yeah, no, but they're gonna make us feel some type of way for our man Hayden.
Absolutely,
I'm excited for that. And Ewan McGregor is coming back.
Love it.
To reprise his role as Obi-Wan.
We've got a Rogue One prequel. We've got
Rogue Squadron is coming out, which sounds
not only that, but we're also getting Star Wars Andor, who is one of the characters from Star Wars Rogue One, Star Wars Rogue One, Cassian Andor. He's getting his own spin-off series.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're really
is he
Disney's going off. Yeah. Star Wars Andor. There's so many spin-off shows. There's Star Wars Rangers of the New Republic.
Yep.
No idea what that is, but it's set in the old days because it's New Republic.
Yeah.
Lando Calrissian's getting his own series. Come on, Donald Glover, please come back.
Oh, I think they're gotta bring him back. Also, I think Logan's about to say it. It's on the tip of his tongue.
Leslie Headland, who I absolutely adore, is doing a mystery series set in the Star Wars universe called The Acolyte.
Oh, I didn't even hear about that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there any information? Is there any information on like when in the timeline that takes place?
Yeah,
I will pull this up.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm seeing it right now.
It's a new
set in the High Republic era.
Yeah, it's a female-led Star Wars series, a mystery thriller that will take us into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emergent dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic. Leslie
Dark
Headland,
side
of course, known for
powers.
Russian Doll. So,
Snap.
Wait!
Oh, so I'm on board then. I'm totally
There's
on board.
there's two more Star Wars projects.
Are you kidding me?
There's two more.
There's
There's
so many.
also Star Wars: The Bad Batch, which is an
Right.
animated series, right? Takes place like during the Clone Wars. That's going to be on Disney Plus, of course. And
These are all
a
going to be on
droid
Disney Plus.
story. A droid story. Oh, there's three more. A droid
Yeah.
story is the second. Bringing a new character alongside R2 and 3PO. And Star Wars Visions.
10
An
short
upcoming-
films done in 10 different styles.
Anime.
A la
anthology
kind of-
series.
Yeah, kind of similar to like the Animatrix, where
Yeah.
artists were given creative license on like where to go with the story. Which I'm happy that they're doing that with Star Wars. You know, I think especially after, you know, some people might have left Rise of Skywalker with a bad taste in their mouth.
Oh, I've seen videos
so-
of people getting up and leaving.
Oh, so have I.
There were
Maybe
definite
I think my
thoughts
soul
on-
might have done that when we were in the theater. I am, you know, I don't even want to quote that movie.
We had thoughts
but yeah,
after that movie.
yes, but you know, it's interesting. I know we know Star Wars is eventually gearing up for another trilogy. Ryan Johnson's signed up for a trilogy. I think Taika Waititi has his own trilogy.
Yep.
Mhm.
So Disney's really giving us so much content to hold us off until whatever comes next.
Yeah.
Whether all these my concern for this is the oversaturation, and this goes for both Marvel and Star Wars. The oversaturation of it all. I don't want to get sick of Star Wars, you know. I think a lot of these shows, and I think a smart decision for a lot of these shows is that they might just be one season one-offs, you know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they've definitely said that some of these are limited series. I am personally so happy and hopeful going into this whole like list of content that's about to come, because I know that it's going to be staggered. Like, it's not like they're going to give us like a huge drop of content, like, and then we're going to run out, you know. Like, they're going to, like, this is like the next 2 years that we're looking at. Just the next 2 years.
There's no dates attached to any of these projects. These were all just announced yesterday, so I doubt like half of these are even in production right now.
Well, some of these have release dates. Some not
Like what?
specific dates, but like
the Star Wars Visions is 2021.
Yeah.
Star Wars Anders 2022.
Exactly. So we know what the next 2 years look like generally, but like I think that it gives me so much hope for the next couple of years because I've got so much to look forward to.
It's really interesting to me that like there was this huge kind of uprising in the Star Wars community when the extended universe kind of got destroyed. That like now it feels like Disney is kind of creating their own extended universe. It's just it's a really
Smart decision on their part.
Definitely. It's just interesting to see like all that work that went into the extended universe, and they were like, don't consider any of that, just the movies. Oh, by the way, we're going to build our own extended universe that has just our people in it. It's like, okay.
Well, once again, like, not to spoil anything, but like Disney is, while the extended universe is now known as like Star Wars Legends and isn't necessarily canon, Disney is taking inspiration from the Legends and putting them into like there's stuff in the Mandalorian that used to only exist in the extended universe now. So I think it's a smart decision of like, we're gonna put all these to the side, but we're gonna reconsider specific topics because, you know, the Star Wars fan base is super dedicated.
Word. We've still got a ton of announcements to get through.
Yeah, because, you know, talking about dedicated fan bases, how, you know, we can't leave out the Marvel side of things because they have their own plethora of Disney Plus shows coming out.
Shall we start with WandaVision? Did anyone see the new trailer?
I did not, but I'm so excited.
I'm so excited. I'm so interested to see what WandaVision ends up being. I'm really getting like Legion vibes. Legion was like an X-Men kind of spinoff that they did on FX that was super weird and cerebral and surreal. And I think they're gonna follow the same format with WandaVision, and I'm so excited to like like I want Disney to like start embracing the weird of all this, because Marvel is such a it could be so weird and silly sometimes, and I'm excited to see them like finally embrace that culture.
It's also just for me, it's cool to see Scarlet Witch actually getting to like show off her power. Because sure, we got some cool moments in Endgame where she did some crazy stuff, but Scarlet Witch is one of the most powerful characters in the entire MCU. And so to have her be given like kind of that platform of like, oh no, she creates a bunch of different realities because she can't handle the one she lives in is like, all right, I respect that. Give her
It's also
the
like
strength.
she can create all these realities because she just can. Like
Yeah.
from the trailers, it looks like she's not even aware that this is happening. So like she's just doing all this in her sleep, you know?
Yeah. That's nuts. That's nuts. Did you also see the trailer?
You also have a. Oh, no! Continue, Jacob, please.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yes.
Did
The
you
show.
see? Is this a movie?
I'm the aftermath of
Show.
Endgame. You know.
Show. It's like
Yeah,
a show
it's a
that's
show.
taking the events like directly after Endgame, basically.
I have a
That's
feeling
mhm.
it's gonna be
Yeah.
their like little bridge to gap them to whatever the next Avengers movie is.
Yeah.
Because they don't really want to give Winter Soldier and Falcon their own like movies, I guess. So giving them a series together is like, oh, this is what they're up to until the next Avengers movie.
I like that. I respect
I mean,
that.
it'll also be really great to see the chemistry between those two characters. Like, I already feel like from the trailers, we already get some like silly kind of like buddy cop vibes from the show, and I'm all for it. Like, I love the Winter Soldier in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I love the Falcon. So to see them, come together, deal with the post trauma of Endgame, deal with this new Captain America that's supposed to be in the show. And the ramifications of all that. I'm on board for like all of these projects. I gotta just pretext. I'm gonna watch all of this because right now Disney Plus for me is really just like a Mandalorian machine,
Yeah.
Like I want more.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. 100%. I want more. Next up,
Mhm.
Loki.
Did you see the trailer for
Yes.
Loki?
Yeah. Yeah. How
It
it
looks
starts
like
with Endgame, basically.
What? I have no idea what to expect from the show.
I think it's
did you catch a blink and you'll miss it moment of Black Widow in that Loki trailer?
No, I didn't. I must have blinked.
I swear it was a blink and you'll miss it moment, and I gotta say, my theory, just going off the trailer, is that somehow Loki gets into the Soul Stone, because there are parts of the trailer where it's just like entirely purple. And there's the blink and you'll miss it moment with Black Widow is like, she's like sitting, right? Like back turned, scarlet curls coming down. And it's just all this like purple smoke around her. And I'm like, oh, baby, yes. Bring back Black Widow, please.
Yeah. I mean, she's getting her own movie.
She's getting her own movie, but it's a prequel to the Avengers, essentially.
I keep forgetting that movie hasn't come out yet. Because like, it's just... The pandemic.
I believe it has. It has a
time.
They reconfirmed a date for it. May 7th, 2021.
I'm very excited about that movie. Like, just as a David Harbour fan and as someone who like really loves his work, I'm super excited to see him in that. And Florence Pugh is like my heart. So that movie is.
I have to say though, it does say in theaters May 7th. Doesn't say streaming on Disney Plus.
Well, I'm
that vaccine is coming, baby.
And I will go see that movie in theaters because I want to see that movie in theaters.
True.
Connected to Black Widow, we've got her partner in crime, Hawkeye, with his new series with one of my favorite actors, Haley Steinfeld, which made me so excited. They revealed her costume and it looked so good.
It does. And she looks like she's having tons of fun on set.
Yeah, that's my geek out moment. That's the series that like everyone's like, oh, the Hawkeye series. And I'm like, the Hawkeye series.
Yeah, I don't really know what to expect. I mean, if they're putting such an emphasis and hiring someone like Haley Steinfeld for uh to play Hawkeye's daughter, I'm assuming it's going to be some sort of like it's going to be like father-daughter
Oh,
conflict at its core.
it's for me. It's like what they're doing with Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson is passing off the mantle to Florence Pugh. Jeremy Renner is passing the mantle to Haley Steinfeld. We're getting the next generation of Avengers. It's what is Phase 4 going to look like? Winter Soldier, Falcon, Shuri now, which we'll get
Oh
to.
yeah, those guys are getting old.
Yeah. Oh, and we
Hawkeye's
haven't even
daughter,
touched
Black Widow's sister, like
Miss Marvel,
Miss Marvel. It's
Ironheart.
Ironheart.
It's,
and there's so much more. There's so much more. We have to keep going.
All right.
like we also might be getting 4 new Avengers because John Watts will direct the new feature film for Marvel's first family, Fantastic Four. You guys, we might actually get a substantial Fantastic Four movie. Not to diss on the original two; those were kind of nice. You don't have faith?
See,
this is Marvel Cinematic Universe proper we're talking about here. We're not talking about no Sony, all right?
I know.
You don't have faith? Why don't you have faith,
I
Logan?
have faith
because I had faith in the first 2 versions of Fantastic Four because they had great casts and great directors, and then they fell apart.
Listen, whoa, okay, wait. I will personally, I'm gonna give that very first Fantastic Four movie with Chris Evans and Jessica Alba its props. All right. Rise of the Silver Surfer, not as much, and I didn't even see Fan Four Stick, and I'd rather not talk about it.
Moving right along. Did you guys know that She-Hulk's also coming?
Oh gosh.
Yes.
She-Hulk, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel 2.
Which
I could
can't
literally
wait for.
just like rally off all the movies that got announced because there's way too many for us to like spend this amount of time talking about all of them.
Yeah, there's going to be a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Which
James Gunn has already said is inspired by the OG Star Wars holiday special, which was a delightful mess. So I'm excited for James Gunn to write a mess of a movie just because he can.
I also got to say, She-Hulk and Moon Knight are series, not movies. They've announced, I believe they've announced more series than they have movies because there's also Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn returning into their roles for Secret Invasion, which is a huge thing.
Yes, that's going to be crazy. We also have What If, which is going to be a series of shorts. And then we're also
I'm so interested in What If.
The movie that I expected the least out of all of them, I Am Groot, which is a series.
Wait, that's going to be a movie? I thought it was a show.
It's a series of shorts.
It's a series.
Of short films.
Well, I think it's going to be like Forky Asks a Question. You know? You know what I'm talking about?
Like short form kids content.
Yeah, exactly.
There's also Don Cheadle in Armor Wars, and this is why I'm saying, like, will there be an oversaturation of Marvel content more than before? Before it used to be, sure, there might be a lot of Marvel content, but I have to go to the theater to see it. Now it's all going to be in the palm of your hand. And which of these shows are going to get received good? Are we finally going to get bad Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff? I hope not.
I don't know that we'll ever have.
When you're making all this content and you have all this on your plate, I can't help but worry.
I don't know that we'll ever have bad content. I think we might get to a point where things get stale. Like, I think they'll consistently keep their same level, but just in the amount of stuff we rallied off, and we haven't even touched on the things that were already announced. 2021 and 2022 are going to have, I think, upwards of 20 Marvel projects. And like, I remember the year that Endgame came out, I was like, this is a lot of Marvel in 1 year. And it's just like doubling and tripling. So I am mildly concerned that we're going to get to a point that it's like, I'm sick of Marvel and I don't want to get to that.
I'm really hoping that we don't get to that point.
Me too.
I'm hoping that as well, and I feel like it brings up an interesting topic talking about, like, because Disney now has like a backlog of content, right? They were supposed to release a bunch of stuff in 2020 and that didn't pan out. So they're just going to re-release them all in 2021. But this is not just Disney dealing with this type of stuff. It's every studio having to deal with. Now they have essentially old content to release in the next year. Like, maybe, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but like even Warner Brothers is trying to readjust their entire business plan for 2021. They're releasing all their major stuff on HBO Max. Yeah. Same day as theaters, streaming in 4K.
A lot
We're talking Matrix 4.
Are not happy.
We're talking Dune, including one of my favorite directors, Christopher Nolan.
I think
who we all know is a big lover of the theater.
Oh,
and
he's a theater puritan.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I think there is some reason to be upset about this, especially as a filmmaker, in terms of profit return,
they're going to make
it takes
more
like what? Like they're going to make more. You think they're going to make more money?
I think it's going to show that the people that were not going to go to the theaters to begin with are going to watch it on HBO Max and either tell their friends to go to the theaters or just you're getting more profit from people watching. Because I know just as myself, there are a lot of movies before MoviePass and AMC A-List that I would be like, oh, that looks cool, but I can wait for it to come out on video. I don't need to go to the theater to see that. That's like $50 to get a ticket and concessions and all of that. I don't need to do that. I can just watch that at home when it comes on DVD. So I think there's going to be a lot of people that start doing that with some of the smaller movies. Stuff like Dune and like if this had happened with Tenet, I don't know that is going to necessarily make much of a difference because I think a lot of the people that want to see those movies want to see them in theaters. But there's definitely going to be a lot of like Warner Brothers movies that maybe wouldn't have gotten as great a return. It's all a move for Warner Bros. The only person that this benefits is them and their profit returns. Filmmakers and movie theaters are going to be upset about it because it destroys their vision and it hurts movie theaters. But it's Warner Bros. Wants to up their profits, and I don't blame them. It's been a rough year for movie makers.
I'm gonna take the opposite side of that argument and say I don't know how much this is gonna benefit Warner Brothers. My worry listen, I'm personally as a consumer, as someone who still has a lot of hesitations about going out, and while the coronavirus is still going on, I'm excited that I won't have to go to a movie theater with a bunch of strangers to see movies that I'm anticipated for. My worry is that if we're going to put this all on a streaming platform and kind of shift focus to more of streaming, my worry is the profits for the people who work on those movies and the stars, like streaming. If you look at the music industry and how they handle streaming, it's like 700,000 streams to get like $1.
Word.
Like that's what I'm interested in. How much did Warner Brothers dish out, or how much did HBO dish out to get a deal like this? Because I honestly think that Warner Brothers is going to take a major loss on all this.
I don't know
because it's gonna end up being, well, why would I go to the movies when I can just watch it at home? Even for movies that deserve to be seen on big screens, like The Matrix 4, Suicide Squad, and Dune. It's gonna be like, well, why am I gonna dress up, go outside, have to wear my mask for 5 hours when I can just chill at home in my hoodie and sweatshirt?
I'm gonna take your own point and try and flip it on its head. That the reason that a lot of artists in the music industry don't get paid is because their record labels are getting the money from their streams. I'm thinking that Warner Bros. Cut a pretty good deal and is going to get some pretty hefty profits from these streams. And the filmmakers and the actors and some of the like independent producers are going to be the ones that take the loss. I think this is going to hurt. If anybody, it's going to hurt filmmakers and performers rather than the big studio. I think the big studio has enough money to get HBO Max to pay them.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not concerned. When I say that Warner Brothers is going to take a huge loss, I'm not really like caring about like the executives, like the higher ups. I share that concern for the filmmakers and like the smaller producers who look to, you know, the Warner Brothers indie wing, or like Sony Classic Pictures, who are like known for like all like their support of smaller filmmakers. I'm concerned for them because streaming being primarily streaming your content is not like the most profitable.
Word.
I think it should be, especially with our movement towards like an all digital age. I think streaming should be able to net you a profit, but I don't think we're at that point yet.
Oh, definitely not.
But
We
I'll
have-
support the best way I can, you know. I'll watch Matrix 4 the day it drops, and Dune, especially Dune. Dune is what I'm most excited for. Like I'm reading the book. I just started reading it. It's a fantastic book. I love all the actors involved. I'm excited to see how it's reimagined.
We got a couple more Disney things before we
We've got a few more, not just a couple.
I mean,
We've got
Yeah.
we've got Black Panther 2 announced.
Yes.
Not recasting.
it
Confirmed.
had been announced, but the announcement of the non-recasting I think was important.
Right. We've got a third Ant-Man film, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yep.
That's right. We're going quantum with it, baby.
Well,
With
we've been
Jonathan Majors from Lovecraft Country coming in. Very
Yes.
excited about that.
Playing the antagonist, Kang the
Uh,
Conqueror, who is a really big figure in like Secret Invasion, Secret Wars. So I'm like, once again, I think I'm more interested in seeing how all these Marvel shows end up connecting than I am interested in Star Wars.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Doctor Strange, who not only has his own movie, but is also appearing in the gigantic, already star-packed Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is what it's called.
Which seems like it might be the kind of key to unlocking all the different universes in the new Star Wars.
I think so as well.
Absolutely.
Doctor Strange playing with time.
You know it.
And then the Fantastic Four movie.
Right.
And let's not forget Disney Animation, which
Yes, they also
movies too.
There's some that really stick out here on this list, actually.
I've got some that I'm excited about.
So, Jacob, what sticks out to you the most?
Yeah, Jacob.
Lightyear.
Yes. Oh, Lightyear.
Lightyear.
When I saw that they announced a Buzz Lightyear solo movie, my first thought was just how epic that like first 5 minutes of Toy Story 2 is.
Yeah.
And I just like I want that for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Did either of you watch the Space Rangers show?
I didn't.
No? Oh, that was mad cool. Anyway, I'm excited for Lightyear, yo. Starring Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear.
Love it.
It's gonna be so cool. There was some controversy on Twitter, but like, come on, guys. Tim Allen's not gonna do it
because
forever.
Yeah, you know, plus this is a young Buzz Lightyear. This is supposed to be like his origin story. So I think, you know, casting a younger, fresher face, you know, nothing against Tim Allen. He's a great guy. You know?
Yeah, and it's not even about the toy, it's about the character.
I don't know him personally.
It's the TV show character, not
Exactly.
the toy Buzz.
Right. So that's so cool. And I bet, you know what? I bet someday they're gonna announce like Woody's Roundup.
Probably.
You know?
Yeah.
And have that be like a show.
As a Disney Plus, I mean, it sounds like perfect material for like a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, right. Woody's Roundup would be such cute shorts, or like
also original, a bunch of also like we're getting remakes and sequels. Pinocchio's getting a live action retelling starring Tom Hanks.
I feel like I had heard about a while ago.
What feels to me yeah, I feel like this has been trying to get made for a while.
Definitely.
For me, a modern Disney classic from the 2000s, Enchanted is getting a sequel with Amy Adams returning for Disenchanted. I'm excited for that.
Yep.
Jacob does not look excited for that.
Not an enchanted guy, Jacob?
Sister Act 3 is happening.
We also have the one that I'm really excited for, Baymax, which is a Big Hero 6 spinoff.
Yep.
We have Raya and the Last Dragon premiering on Disney Plus, and then in theaters.
Which looks cool.
Yeah.
Zootopia Plus, a new series based on Zootopia.
I think I saw that movie earlier this year, and I absolutely adore the world that it's set in. So I'm excited for that show.
Darker movie than people give it credit for. That
Oh, I
movie is
gotta check it out
dark.
now. Okay.
We also have Tiana, which is based on Princess and the Frog, a new musical comedy series based on Moana. And
Based on Moana.
Jeremy, I know this one's kind of close to your heart. Do you want to talk about the new Lin-Manuel Miranda movie that Disney is doing?
Oh. Yeah, sure. Lin-Manuel is, what is he writing? It's not showing up on my
he writes
my
the
Twitter
music.
moment.
He's writing some of the music.
He writes the music for a new Disney animated movie called Encanto, which is about this like magical family that lives in this magical house in the country of Colombia. And I just seeing, yeah, and this is kind of something I'm appreciating also on like the Marvel side of Disney. We're seeing more diverse faces. We're seeing more people of color. We're seeing more diverse stories being told, and me being a Latinx man, I very much appreciate that.
I think they're also going more into detail about the culture. I feel like in the past, with their like 2D department specifically, they kind of glossed over the details of the culture and threw in jokes to make the kids a little more comfortable with the ideas of culture. But now they're really like putting like, I'm not going to say
especially
research, because I bet they did put in the research back then, but like they're really getting engrossed in the culture of each country that they're setting these movies in,
It's nice.
I think they really realized that after how well received Coco was, which was an like unashamedly Mexican story with so many with jokes that I'm sure just went right over people's heads, but me and my family were just like cracking up at. So to see them not only tell those stories but embrace the culture, I'm all on board for it. I'm all on board for that type of thing.
All right. To continue forward, we have Iwaju, which is a new long-form series that's premiering in 2022. Spark Shorts has a new episode on Christmas. Pixar Popcorn is going to be more shorts featuring iconic characters.
I hadn't even heard of all this.
Doug Days is a new series based on Doug from Up. A new Cars series following Lightning McQueen and Mater. And then Win or Lose, which is a original long-form animated series from Pixar about a middle school softball team coming in the fall of 2023. They are already planning for 2023. It's insane. We also have Luca, a movie set in Italy about a boy named Luca in 2021.
Luca!
And Turning Red, about a 13-year-old girl going through puberty that transforms into a giant red panda.
Mood.
Also, not even on the animation side, we have the showrunner of Fargo and Legion making an Alien series.
Yes, finally, because Disney owns all the Fox stuff now.
Finally, Will Smith and Chris Hemsworth starring in a series for National Geographic called Welcome to Earth. And then, Will Smith is doing Welcome to Earth, and Chris Hemsworth is doing Limitless, which is all about.
They're making a show out of that.
No. It's already. That's not it. It's about the limits of the human body.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not the Bradley Cooper movie or the.
I was like, wasn't that already a show?
And finally, Ice Age is getting a Simon Pegg spinoff. Those are all the Disney announcements.
It's called Ice Age.
Wait a minute. Ice Age. Wait. Ice Age.
Ice Age.
Okay. Ice Age is not Disney though.
That's correct.
That's Yeah, that's why I was like, where did that come from? That
Well,
felt
Disney is
random.
making a new Disney Plus spin-off movie starring the Weasel character from the movie series. It's called Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, starring Simon Pegg.
That's weird because Ice
Wow.
Age was a Blue Sky Studios production. So
Maybe Disney bought
Which I
Blue
believe
Sky
is-
under the radar.
okay, that's just DreamWorks. I
Disney,
thought DreamWorks
all-
bought Blue Sky, but
All hail our Disney overlords. Thank you for the content. Please continue to treat your workers nicely.
Blue Sky is a child company of 20th Century Animation, which is owned by Walt Disney.
okay,
There you go.
all right.
There
Because,
have
you
it.
know, Walt Disney owns everything.
Oh my god, that means Disney. So that means the next time we get a Shrek movie, it's gonna be Disney's Shrek.
Yep.
Oh, weird.
Very.
Yeah, right. Weird, considering that the origins of Shrek were people who left Disney Animation to make fun of Disney Animation.
Right.
It also means if we ever get that,
Myers was done with that though.
if we ever get that Robots sequel that I've been hoping for, it's also going to be a Disney movie. Robots was great.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do with Robin Williams' character?
You
I
just-
got really sad.
Yeah, that's what I
again.
thought. I'm sorry. Like,
Yo, did you guys see that? Owen
well, I guess
Wilson
it's gonna have to be like Robots: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
You know.
So that's everything from Disney.
Did you see that Owen Wilson is in the cast of Loki?
Oh goodness, no.
That was a total surprise for me. I didn't
Right?
expect to
I
see his
barely
face pop up.
recognized him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all the Disney stuff. We've definitely went over our time for this, which is great.
I'm super excited about all the Disney announcements. There's definitely going to be a lot of us talking about the things that are coming. As they continue to get more details and as we start watching them when they start premiering. Let us know if you guys want, because we used to do it back in the day, if you want some Black Wolves impressions. They're going to be less reviews than when we used to do reviews, because just as a production company that works with people in the industry, us giving scores to movies is a little iffy. But we will definitely give you guys our thoughts on films and our thoughts on the actors and the productions and the things we like and the things we find exciting. I feel, and the two of you can totally disagree with me if you want, but I feel like the podcast is really going to be a place where we spread the things that we like and the things that we're positive about and the things that we really want to promote. We're not here to
and I think going off of the things that we like, just a nice little topic just to cap off our long podcast. What content are you guys going to be enjoying this weekend?
Yes. I began The Flight Attendant on HBO Max, which is actually pretty good. I like it a lot.
What's it about? I know Kaylee Cuoco's in it.
It
looks like a mystery
about a flight attendant who is, in the words of my mother, a hot mess, who wakes up next to a dead body after a night of debauchery and has to try and figure out what happened. It stars Kaylee Cuoco and the actor from Haunting of Hill House who plays the oldest brother, who I'm blanking on his name, and also Rosie Perez, who is just an absolute gem, who I love. I am also, I am a dork and continuing to watch Critical Role, starring Matt Mercer, Travis Willingham, Laura Bailey, Ashley Johnson, Sam Riegel, Liam O'Brien, and Marisha Ray. A fantastic series on YouTube, very long form. If you're ever on a drive or traveling or just not doing anything, I highly recommend. So that's what I'm getting up to this weekend.
Nice.
Awesome. Jacob?
I have been watching Downton Abbey with my sister.
Oh, how posh.
6 out of 6 right now. Great show. Love it all the way.
Watch the movie?
No, I will be watching it after the 6th season.
Nice.
I am also watching Defending Jacob on Apple TV Plus. Also starring Michelle Dockery.
I hope they're defending you well.
They are defending me quite well so far. I'm on episode 5, I think. And let me just say, Michelle Dockery is amazing. And if you haven't seen her in anything, go see her in something.
Can I ask what exactly is Jacob being defended from?
Oh,
Like a plot summary?
sure. Defending Jacob is a series set in Massachusetts about a family. Chris Evans plays the father. He's assistant district attorney. Michelle Dockery works at a school. She's a teacher, or she's like on the principal or something. She's the mother. And their son, I'm blanking on the actor's name, but he's in It. And Logan, he always gets the roles that you want.
I don't want to talk about it.
Is it Jacob Tremblay?
No.
No. Dude, what? No. Hang on. His name is Jaden Martell. And he plays Jacob, the son. And basically the premise of the show is that on his way to school one day. Okay, basically, anyway, I'm not going to give many details because it's so complicated, because it's about his case. They're defending him from the law. He's been accused of murdering his classmate.
Oof.
And his father can't be part of the case, because conflict of, so, I mean, it's nuts. And like the
Very
fact,
interesting.
The evidence is not looking good, but like,
He's their son.
yeah.
Now,
And
in a quick yes or no, do you believe that Jacob did it?
come on, man. Like,
You can't yes or no that.
come on.
Why not? It's just what you believe at this current moment. It's not a spoiler. I'm just asking what he thinks.
It's kind of no.
All right.
Jacob swears.
All right, fine. You don't.
Like, Jacob swears he didn't do it. That's what I'll
Well,
say.
then who am I? Who am I to deny Jacob? I haven't seen the show.
Yeah.
As for me, I'll probably be watching the new episode of The Mandalorian tonight.
Oh, I absolutely will be right there with you.
I will be continuing to watch The Queen's Gambit, which I just started a couple of days ago.
Great show.
It's kind of been like my brunch show. Like I always watch it with like a nice cup of coffee in front of me. And then usually when I watch it, my mom is on break from work. So she's actually found herself sucked into the world of chess and Beth Harmon. So that's really fun. And when I'm not watching those shows, I'll be playing Cyberpunk 2077.
Enjoy.
Let's go.
5 years in the making.
We're gonna burn up Night City, baby. Can't wait.
All right.
Thank you guys so much for watching, for listening to us talk about Disney and the things that we love. Again, huge congratulations to Dominique Thorne. An absolute legend, deserves all of the success that she's getting. Judas and the Black Messiah, another movie that she's a part of, which we are all very excited to see.
She's in that too.
Yes,
which will also be streaming day one on HBO Max.
Yeah. So thank you guys again. We are very excited. We have some projects in the work that we are excited to be announcing very, very soon. So keep an eye out for those. I am Logan Riley Bruner.
I'm Jeremy Van Suarez.
I'm Jacob Wade.
And thank you all so much for the Blackwolves Project. We are Blackwolves Productions. Good night.
Patcast.